as part of We the People, celebrating 250.
Okay, and as part of our We the People series celebrating America's 250th birthday, we're continuing to share this day in history with you. So here's Chief Meteorologist Charlie Shortino.
Hello again. On this day, July 27th, back in 1974, the House Judiciary Committee recommended that America's 37th president, Richard Nixon, be impeached and removed from office. The impeachment proceedings came after a series of political scandals involving the Nixon administration that came to be collectively known as Watergate, which started in 1972. That's when several burglars were arrested in the office of the Democratic National Committee located in the Watergate complex of buildings in Washington, D.C. The burglars were connected to President Nixon's re-election campaign, and they had been caught wiretapping phones and stealing documents. Nixon denied any involvement with the break-in, but several of his staff members were eventually implicated in an illegal cover-up and forced to resign. Only 3 presidents in the United States have been impeached: Andrew Johnson in 1868, Bill Clinton in 1998, and Donald Trump in 2019 and in 2021. That's this day in history for July 27th. For We the People, I'm Charlie Shortino.